Am
I curable?
I don't know. We'll find out, Caitlin. We're going to yours next. 4196. 4,000.
Looks like your fate is set in stone.
Oh, the stone puns. 4,196.
Someone's werewolves.
You really like water. Water is a thing for you. Any water carried by target becomes a free-willed elemental. Are you carrying any water on you?
Can I nab this from werewolf? Because this sounds like a good thing.
Have a backpack.
I don't know. Free-willed elementals doesn't sound very safe.
Well, I definitely always carry my military grade.
You have a water skin. So you do. Okay. Yeah, something starts, like your water bottle in your bag that's like dangling on the bag of in your backpack. The water bottle is starting to like shake and move. And you just hear this jingling. You can hear this jingling as well, Varys. And probably Balak if you, or Balak, Baz if you want to pay attention. But you
I'm
can.
actually a little oblivious and I don't notice it.
Okay. And then, last but not least, is going to be Varys. This for you as well, Varys? Or is this one?
No, my roll was just for me. Caitlin rolled twice, once for werewolf.
Okay. I don't see Caitlin's second roll.
That one was
That
my
was the
second one.
4196.
I'll just, when werewolf comes back, I'll just hand him my canteen.
Okay, so it's werewolf is the one with the water.
Yes.
Okay, and then we are doing yours next, Varys.
We'll keep it safe for him for now.
Okay. 1,209. 109.
I really want to yell, liquid!
Do you have any water on you?
I have
Varys?
a water skin, I think.
Yeah, your water skin is filled with rot grubs. Roll me a 1d10 for how many rot grubs are in your water right now. But you don't know this until you open up your water skin. There are 3 rot grubs inside of your water skin.
Cool.
Next time you drink out of it, you're just gonna drink some rot grubs.
I
Delicious.
got some stone soup now.
And you guys can continue. You're standing over there talking to each other and
See, I can
discussing
track
werewolves.
anything. If you need a tracker or a musher. Do you know what a musher is, son?
A musher? The barkeep says to you, like
Yeah.
questioningly.
Yeah, like you mush dogs, huskies.
Why would you ever want to mush a dog?
Well, you know, they outlawed hybrids and everything a long time ago, but anyways, it's all to do with sled racing, but if you guys need someone to track down a werewolf, I'm your man.
I'll let you know. You were talking about werewolves. How long ago was that when you saw them?
I list off like how long ago it was roughly, like how many moons ago it was
Yeah.
that I last encountered this creature.
It was probably like 4 moons ago, 3 to 4 moons ago. Oh.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, they came back recently. The crew who said they took care of them. So if you saw the den empty, maybe that means they took care of them. So hopefully you don't need to track any, but keep an eye on the message board. They always put stuff up whenever we hear anything.
Okay.
And that's at their board right there?
Yeah, all the locals put jobs up there. If you're looking for some money, it's a good place to find some work. There's a lot to do here.
And he kind of looks around and is like, I figured as much. Thank
Everything
you.
looks actually really nice in here, minus the fireplace in the back corner.
It's more of a sarcastic looking around with all the weird experiences we've had in like the past 5 minutes and like all the way getting to here, so.
Yeah.
You look at me, I'm still just tapping on my ear like, and if you could unjam my comms too, that'd be very appreciated.
Ungem your what?
Just my comms,
Unjam
you
your
know.
rocks. Yeah, we know you're currently
Yeah.
made of stone. We're still trying to like work on something for that.
Do we see Base anywhere? Baz?
He's sitting at a table eating his food and he's watching all of this go on.
Okay, I guess I look at him and I say, "Are you on my frequency? You over there."
He looks up from his soup and kind of tilts his head at you. What?
I can hear you. Yes. Okay. Thank you for jamming my comms, barkeep.
You're welcome. And he like kind of backs up and walks away. And he like goes over and talks to some barmaid, and they're kind of all like looking over at you, at the two of you at the table at the bar, and then they're kind of like pretending like they're not looking at you guys, but they're barmaids and barkeeps, like they're not very deceptive, so you kind of can see what's going on. If you want to.
You should go to the message board. I'll wait here.
And Balak returns. He's walking out from the hallway. Balak, as you're entering the hallway, you see the two people that originally were, when you went to grab your keys, you saw two people kind of standing there. They're still there, and everybody else is still in the inn that was in there previously. Also, your water skin is, what was it filled with?
A water element.
Free-willed elementals.
Okay, yeah. Your water is filled with the water elemental. Your water skin is kind of jiggling around. It might not be on you right now. You might have it in your room, wherever you put it.
I still have it on me.
Okay. So, Caitlin, who were you talking to when you were saying you go to the board and I'll stay here?
Varric or Varus?
Varus?
Varus. Okay, yeah. Varus.
So Varus, he was talking to you whenever he said, "You go to the board and I'll stay here."
Yeah, I'll just wait here.
I give a look and it's like, why do you keep doing all the time?
Just trying to get good reception.
Look at his ear and it's like, there's nothing there.
Yeah, you look at his ear. There's nothing in his ear.
Are you like doing a magical ritual or?
Don't you have a comm system?
I have no idea what you're on about. You know what? I'll just go read that board.
Who do you fight for?
A fight for me.
All right. All right, sounds good. We'll get along. We'll get along just fine.
Cool. I'm gonna be over there now.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll wait here.
Varus, you go walk up to the board, and as you're walking up to the board, Caitlin, there's something in your other pocket. Not the one that has your leg that's all stoned, but something else. You put your hand in your pocket, and you pull out message stones. There's 4 of them.
I begin reading them?
You don't need to read them. They're message stones. I will send you a link to what a message stone is, and then
Clearly you can tell I don't know what a message stone is.
yeah. And hold on, let me give that to you. And that is thank you to Rage Strike for donating for the magic item to Caitlin. And
More stone.
oh deep. I thought there was like a message stone.
This
Maybe
party really rocks.
What'd you say?
I said this party really rocks.
Yeah. I don't know. What are they called? The message stones? They called something else?
Sending stones?
Oh, sending stones. That's what it is.
I know, like Frank's going on about it in chat, that's why.
Sending.
Ah, they're comms!
Yeah, they're comms. But for some reason, they're not in the compendium. So I will just copy paste it and give you that. Basically, you can send messages to the other stones, and they can send messages back. And yes, we'll paste that in there for you.
Alright, I hand I hand one of them to Varus, and I say, okay, now you have a comms device, so whenever you want to communicate with me, we'll just use this, okay?
Do you want me to throw a rock at
No,
you?
you just talk into it, I think. I don't know. Okay, so you go to the message board, and I'll be able to hear you. If you just talk into the stone, I'll be over here.
You can only say, I think, the stone ascending can record a message no longer than 1 minute and then flies to its intended target, 100 miles per day. As long as it's on the same plane of existence. The message will play once it arrives or the activation word is given, if defined.
So
And I've provided a link to all of you guys for that. You should all be able to see it in loot, in the loot folder.
Is it a one-time use?
It's Stones of Sending. It could send it back, so the stone could go one way and then go back the other.
Okay, and you only get one use a day?
I would say that you can continue using it as much as you want. There's no...
All right, all right.
How common would these be? Like, is it common knowledge what they do, or?
Are you trying to roll me like a history, or I guess?
I don't know. If magic is involved, I feel like it would be more of an Arcana thing.
Yeah, you can roll an Arcana if that's what
Cool, I'm all full of
if you
that.
haven't experienced it yourself. With a 12, I'll say that you have heard of sending stones before, or these specific types of things before, but they're not something that everyone owns. Not a lot of people have them, but you have heard of them before. But they're not something that just like the everyday person has on them.
Well, I'm not your everyday person, so that makes sense.
Great. I was
You were
only
definitely
joking
not.
about the throwing rocks at you thing, you know?
And as you walk up to, you take your stone and you walk over to the message board. The message board has a lot of things on it. There are a bunch of pictures of kids, or paintings of kids. There are notes about kids with parents who are saying their kid's missing, or any information. They'll provide whatever they can in return. So there's a bunch of those. There's probably like 16 of them on the message board at this point. There is a message on there that specifically is asking for some kind of rare plant, if you see it, to let that person know. There's also a person looking for help with a shipment. They need something shipped somewhere, but they need it to go down south, and they need some help with that because it's a dangerous trail down that way.
Alright, that's where the forest is all like weird and messed up, isn't it?
Yeah, there is that. Those are primarily the ones that you're seeing on there. I think. And there's one that is saying that their wife is missing and they're looking for any information on her whereabouts. Oh, actually,
Alright,
no.
so
They brought the body back, so never mind. That wouldn't have been the case. I think they brought the body back. So that's just the kids missing. Yeah, I think that's all that's on there.
Okay, so I stand there for a while, taking it in, and then I walk back and like explain. Oh, that looks like there's a couple of kids missing in the area. We could maybe, like, once we free you from your stone prison, we might be able to band together and use our combined tracking skills to bring them back safely. Also-
Yeah, I mean, we could track kids, but wasn't there a werewolf?
I killed the werewolf.
Werewolves. All right, I don't know. It's up to you. Yeah, tracking kids, I can track anything.
There's also someone looking for a flower, so I don't know if you want to go for a stroll and pick some flowers.
Flowers.
There's also some people that are trying to ship something through the forest in the south, where things are a bit dangerous, and they're trying to get some extra help for that.
Well, you know, regardless of which one we pick, we might need some extra help anyways.
True.
And
Just
Baz
looks
and
at
Balak,
stone
you're
limbs.
welcome to step in at any point as well if you want to. As you're doing whatever you're doing in or if there's something that you would like to do, just let me know.
There's a guy who's picking up my comms over there, and I nod at him, knowingly.
Yeah, Baz, there's
Did
some
you-
that same stranger that came in and their leg started forming a rock. You saw all of this happening as you're eating your meal and watching. And then you watch the two of them kind of mosey on over to the bar. They keep looking over at you and like nodding at you and stuff.
I think that once he's finished with his soup, he'll approach Caitlin.
Okay. You finish your soup. You walk over. And Varys, this is when you're ending looking at the wall. And you come back over as well.
And he's also been pretty blatantly eavesdropping on them anyway, so he kind of knows what's going on.
Yeah.
You know anything about reconnaissance, son?
Wasn't my specialty.
You know anything about rescuing lost kids?
Not especially, but
You know anything about picking flowers?
I think he laughs a bit at that one. And I guess that's when you see his mirrored teeth.
Yeah, when he laughs and you see his teeth look like mirrors. It looks like just a mirror. Both of you see this.
Oh my god. With your teeth and my ability to shoot light out of my eyes, we could be a force to be reckoned with. All right, Varys, let's get him.
Right, in that case, we might want to not go and rescue the kids in case you suddenly start eyeing them up in the wrong way. It's going to be a shocking revelation. So, I don't know. What do we feel like? How'd you get your teeth like that, by the way? Did you, like, lose them in an accident, or...?
Strange things happen in this town.
Yeah, I pat on
Yes.
Caitlin's, like, shoulder that's made of stone. I hadn't noticed.
Yeah, they jammed my comms.
He gives Caitlin to look like... And then...
Yeah, you don't know what comms are. You don't know what she's
Yeah.
talking about.
Maggie,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of need to. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I'm having stomach problems. I think I'm getting sick. So,
Okay. We can take a quick break, and I think
um,
there might be somebody else who can pop on.
I'm half a doctor if you need half a diagnosis.
She is. Like IRL.
We can
I know
always
I might
WebMD
have
it if she
given-
can solve it on her own.
All right. We'll take a quick break. So if you're watching this live, we'll take a quick break. If you're watching this on the YouTube, I don't know how it's going to get edited. Good luck, Ballast. We'll be back in a moment. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll return in a moment where there's lots of magic to happen. So be back in a
No
moment.
werewolves.
There might be.
Not yet.
We're merry men of Skyrim, so sturdy and so stout. When the day is done, when it's time for fun, we'll drink and sing and shout. You weak-livered milk drinkers can let your throats run dry. 'Cause it's just one drink that we will sink until the day we die. Drinking mead in the halls of Whiterun, the maidens and the men. We swig our brew until we spew, then we fill our mugs again. You can keep your filthy skooma, it makes our bellies bleed. 'Cause when we raise our flagon to another dead dragon, there is just one drink we need, Nordmead. Nordmead. Chug a mug of mead and another mug of mead, chug another mug of mead till you fall down. Chug a mug of mead and another mug of mead, chug another mug of mead, Moria. days of hunting and of war. Our throats are tired and thirsty and our bodies drenched in gore. But we won't waste our evenings feeling tired and feeling spent. We perk right up when we breathe in that wholesome honey scent. That's iridyllic brandy, too fruity for these tongues. You can keep your fancy out of wine, it tastes like Horker dung. Balmora Blue tastes great to you, but here we like it plain. Just fill my mug with a mighty jug of honey, heart and grey. Drinking mead in the halls of Whiterun, the maidens and the men. We swig our brew until we spew, then we fill our mugs again. You can keep your filthy skooma, it makes our bellies bleed. Cause when we raise our flagon to another dead dragon, there is just one drink we need, Nordmead. 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 Another mug of mead, another mug of mead till you fall down. Nordmead. Another mug of mead, another mug of mead, warrior.
Can I get an amen? An amen now, brothers and sisters. Amen. Can I get an amen? An amen now, scatter that seed. Amen. Bad devil's gonna rend your skin now, won't pull you down to the mire. But my river's gonna cleanse your sin now, safe from the righteous fire. Come, brothers and sisters, we'll give you everything you need. Come, brothers and sisters, we're scattering the Savior's seed. Free faith or by the force of my hand, you're bringing me a soul to save. Plans to put them from my great divine land, hellfire upon their grave. Come, brothers and sisters, we'll give you everything you need. Come, brothers and sisters, we're scattering the Savior's seed. Whoa, step off the guilty path and come into this world of mine. The earth is collapsing down. Step off the guilty path and come into this world of mine. The earth is collapsing down. Can I get an amen? An amen now, brothers and sisters. Amen. Can I get an amen? An amen now, scatter that seed. Amen.
All right, everyone, welcome back. We are playing Dungeons and Dragons a little bit differently than normal, as we have some wild magic involved, as well as just a whole bunch of stuff that the audience can partake in if you're watching this live on Twitch, which we stream every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. PDT. Over to the right of me, you can donate $5, $10 or $15 or $20 to do all kinds of cool things that will affect the party members. Do note who you'd like it to go to so that I know, and $30 creates a threat. A threat doesn't always have to be a monster of any sort or anything like that. It can also be me buffing monsters. It could be, you know, a character now just shoves somebody else, and it can cause like a possible tension, things like that. So we can have a lot of fun with it. We have a lot of wild magic in place and magic items in place that are I still owe people, so we will play along with that as we go. And we have a new member that has joined us. Control-Alt-Frank is taking over Werewolf spot in the middle of the campaign. But the last time we saw Vand Longstream, he was running away from the battle. Vand, you've still been running. You've been in a weird state where you have literally just been running. What you thought was happening is that you were being chased by a giant T-Rex. You have been running for what feels like months, but it has been 2 weeks in the real world. Your mind has just been exhausted, and you appear outside of the town in the same spot that you were standing before. And you're like running. You start running, and you run into the pole sign for the inn. And you smash your head on it, and that's where you stop. And you're huffing and puffing, and you barely have your breath, and you turn to the back because you think that there's a T-Rex there, but there's nothing. It's darkness. It's cold outside. You remember where you were, but your kind of mind has been so exhausted from days of running that you look around and you're like, where are my friends? Where am I? And you look up to see the sign of the inn and the door to the right of you. Describe what Vand Longstream looks like.
Oh no, you're throwing me right into that immediately. Oh god,
oh, yeah.
I forgot everything.
Also, turn down your microphone a smidgen for us. You're peaking a little bit. Yeah. It's the only thing I can't test offline is that.
Sorry.
Thing. Without dropping.
Oh, I'm not dropping, don't worry.
No, I meant that's the only way I can, that's the only thing I can't do on a break. Is
So,
a little bit down further.
a little more? Okay.
I think that's actually good. Just depends on if you yell or anything.
I just won't yell.
A little bit up?
Up.
We have to talk for me a little bit more. I can't.
How about that?
Sounds good.
Because 98 was too low and 100's too high.
You're good now. Go ahead and describe Vand for us. Are you walking into the inn, or what's your plan? You did have a room in the inn originally.
Probably that room is not there anymore after how long Van thinks he's been gone. But, you know, Van stands 3.5 feet, still kind of out of breath, running into the inn, screaming. Runs up to the first person he sees and like grabs him to the clothes.
That's gonna be Varys.
Varys runs up to Varys then.
But you do see Baz next to Varys as well. But I don't know how hysterical you are, because you are probably at the point of like seeing, like hallucinating. You've been like awake for so long. You feel like.
But grabbing onto the nearest person, pulling their clothes, and it's like, "Hi, there's a fucking T-Rex or something. We need to get out of here now."
Easy, pal. I didn't see any Rexes on the way in. Do you need a drink? And I like hand him, or I offer him my water skin.
Yeah, there's you see this person. Vand is about 3 feet tall. He's a little dwarf.
Halfling.
What are you, or halfling? What are you wearing?
At this point, probably only like, you know, his leather pants, because he probably took off the jacket that he was wearing, threw it as bait,
Oh yeah, yeah. So
No
you
effect.
you just see this little halfling who's about 3 feet tall. He's got no shirt on. He just has his knickers on and maybe a pair of pants over them. I'm not sure. And
Big baby there.
he just is grabbing a hold of you. You're pretty tall, right? Like how tall are you, Varys?
I imagine Varys is like 5'8", so nearly double.
Yeah,
his
5.
length.
Yeah, you're like double his height, and this person's like running up to you and shaking you, and he's like, "There's a T-Rex," and you're like, "You need a drink," and he hands you his flask, his little water skin. You drink out of it, Van?
Immediately take it.
You immediately take it and you drink it, and it tastes disgusting. There is like some kind of worm or something in it, right? Was yours the one with the worm in it?
The rock
3
grub.
rod grubs.
Yeah. So roll me. I think rock grubs or rot grubs. How much damage do they do?
D6 once they attach themselves to a person.
Rot grubs. They're gonna attach themselves to your throat. I think.
God.
I think rot grub. There has to be. They have to be in the compendium, right? No. They're not.
It's the swarm of rock grub.
It's the swarmer. What?
Swarm of rock grub.
Swarm of rock grub.
It might not be a 5e thing, but
Yeah, it's not in the here, but I can Google swarm of rot.
Can I like
grub.
interfere at all since I have animal handling? Like, can I, like, he's like holding it out from his mouth, and I like see like the worm kind of like drop in.
You
through-
can't because the water skin is like it's like leather, so it's not like see through. And he's drinking it, so you don't actually see you're not seeing the worm going in. That's why he probably didn't. You couldn't even tell that the bottle was gross looking because it's made out of like leather. It's like a leather water skin. Yeah. Let's roll some damage. Melee weapon tech +0 to hit. So I guess they're gonna try to attack you first. That makes sense. As you're trying to swallow them.
question, Maggie.
Mm-hmm.
Did I heal from the last time? Because I had 2 HP left.
Yes, you're fully
Okay.
healed.
Good, because rock grubs kill anyone they dropped as hero.
I feel a little bad, but at the same time, it's like perfectly normal. It's like, here's my normal water skin. Here,
You're
have
gonna
a
take
drink. You
1d6
look like you need
piercing
it.
damage. Alright, so I have to roll to hit you first, which I don't know if they're going to. Roll 1d20. You feel something on your throat attached to you, and they try to attack you. What is your AC?
Higher than 2. Let me check. My AC is 15.
Okay, so none of them hurt you. You just feel them like attached to your throat, and they're just sitting in your throat, and your throat feels like kind of itchy, and so you start coughing.
And he just keeps coughing and like grabs onto Vant, like not so frantic anymore, but more angry.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what did you do to me?
What do you mean? You need to calm down, man. If you like start drinking that much water when you're like that shaken, that's not good for you.
Did he poison you?
He just turns towards the person who just spoke and just nods while coughing.
He did this to me. And I show my arm.
You take 2 damage.
Ah, dang it.
Yeah, you're continuing to cough. I'll keep rolling this periodically as you're going. You guys can keep talking.
I start
Okay.
patting him on his back, like, come on, just
One of the barmaids comes
Collect
over and
yourself.
actually has a glass of water, and she's like, "Oh, are you okay?" She's kind of like leans over and gives you a glass of water. Is your friend gonna be okay?
I don't know. He came in here running and screaming about a Rex something, and he started like choking on the water that I gave him.
So she's handing you another glass of water, Vant, and a Rex? What's a Rex?
I don't know. He was yelling something about a T-Rex.
T-Rex? Wait, I recognize you. She looks at you. She kind of stares down at you. I think I've seen you before. I have. You're on the wall there. And you look over, you guys all kind of pan over and look, and there is a mural that's on the wall. It's quite big, and it's a big painting, and there is a little halfling there that kind of looks like him in this massive battle that has fire elementals and stuff like that.
Is he just like laying on his face?
I hope so. That was like his.
Does he have a shirt on or not? Because if not, I'm not sure.
In the painting, he does have a shirt on. He has his original jacket that he was wearing. But right now, you see him and he does not have anything on. He looks like he's lost all his gear. Safe, maybe a weapon. I don't know if you kept your weapon on you or if you threw that as well.
100% always keep the weapon on. Both of them. Both
You're a
hands.
legendary soldier, are you?
Just nodding, pantomiming, coughing, all at the same time. You know, doing T-Rex motion, grabbing water, doing T-Rex motion with the water, drinking,
Well,
coughing.
if Varus doesn't kill you right here and now, is he gonna die, Varus? Well, if he doesn't kill you right here and now, I think you should join us on our mission.
I think without saying a word, Boz just walks up behind Van and just like starts trying to Heimlich him.
Okay. Yeah, I guess with that seems like a athletics type of thing, maybe? Strength? Just pure strength, I feel like.
All right.
Can I like combo?
We'll have a DC 10. It'll be something easy to give him, like the Heimlich.
I have a natural one.
You have a natural. Oh, he goes behind you. You know Baz, Van. He goes behind you and he like tries to give you the Heimlich, but he misses and he kind of hits your like you know the part like the diaphragm like right below, and like it just makes you cough even more and it hurts really bad.
Unable to make words at the moment due to rot grubs in throat, he just coughs more.
Yeah. And you take 8 damage. And thank you so much, Exploding Dice, for the raid. Welcome to Exploding Dice, peeps. We are playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition with a whole slew of people who are varying levels from 3 to 5. And if you look over to the right here, you can do ! St Jude in chat, and you can donate to affect the game and make madness ensue. Okay, so you take 8 more damage as he gives you like Heimlich, and you start coughing more, and the grubs just leech onto you, their little mouths like leech onto your throat, and you keep coughing.
Can I use my medicine to like figure this out?
Yeah, you can totally use medicine to figure it out. Roll me a medicine check. 22. Oh yes.
Say
Caitlin, you lean in and you kind of like open your mouth, and Van opens his mouth like and you look down and you see the grubs in there. You think that if you got like some kind of tweezers or something, you could like pull them out. Or you know that if you had like some raw meat or something like that, you could kind of hold it in front of his mouth and they would kind of come out towards that and chase it out.
All right, I'm gonna start opening up one of my MREs, and I'll just pull out some of the meat or food in there, and then kind of like dangle it down his throat. Keep your mouth open, son.
Do you do so, Van?
I think Van is thinking that he's being fed now. He also hasn't eaten in like 2 months.
Yeah, he's probably starving. Van, are you gonna bite down on this food?
He's going to try.
Yeah, so when you tell him to open his mouth and you put the food down his throat, he bites and tries to
I'm
eat
gonna
it.
use athletics. I see his mouth closing. I'm gonna use
Yeah,
athletics.
yeah. Roll me an athletics. Okay. 11. I'm gonna say, Van, go ahead and do a athletics or acrobatics to try to grab it, like bite it from her first before she gets it.
It's kind of like one of those moments where, you know, when you drink and it goes down the wrong tube, but you're also chewing at the same time. It's just like that, where you just
Aw.
shut.
So roll me an athletics as well to combat her athletics to try to take it away.
I have a +3 that.
20.
Oh God, no.
Oh, you see you see Van closing his mouth, Caitlin, but you're just not fast enough to like pull your hand out, and
So
Van gets
I start going
Van-
for it.
Van gets a good chunk of the food and swallows it.
Stuff happens. Everyone reacts to it.
Hey,
Still
Knight,
more, though.
welcome.
Should I get a penalty to my athletics since half my body's stone?
No, we can say you've been using your good arm. It's fine.
Well, I want to like roll behind him and then get him in a chokehold and then do it again.
Oh, you want to do it again?
Oh yeah, use the stone arm. You might get
Yeah,
advantage.
Van, are you gonna combat that if she's trying to put it back in your mouth?
already has a broken sternum from Baz, so probably not. He's already restrained.
So
at
yeah,
this
you
point.
totally do what you want, Caitlin. Go ahead.
All right, I just do like a combat roll right behind him, and I come up from behind and do the choke with the stone arm, and then I just kind of like pray his mouth open, and I drop in the meat again.
Yeah, and one of the rock grubs comes climbing towards the meat on Van's tongue.
Does it grab onto the meat yet?
It's big. It's crawled up enough where you think you could grab it.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it and then take out my rapier and just like slash at it.
Yeah, totally. No rolling needed. You do so.
Would I know that there's more in there?
You're not sure. I mean, you can look down. You can keep looking, keep waiting if you want.
All right, you guys. I'm gonna shine my eyes down on his throat. You guys tell me if you see anything else. I can't see anything when I do this, so I like peer my head around and I look down.
Yeah, you shine this bright light, Van. If you don't close your eyes right away, it is blinding. She's like blinding you right now with her eyes, and she's looking down at his throat. The two of you look at each other, Baz and Varys, and you're like, okay, I guess this is happening. And you both look down at Varys's throat. Can you roll me both perception checks to see if you see these rock grubs?
Yeah, this is my special ability. Do you guys like it? It's pretty cool, right?
Oh, damn. Varys,
Yeah.
23 perception. We're waiting on one more from Baz. An 18. So Baz, you do see something down in his throat. You're not really sure. You think it's still in there and wiggling, and you see something coming up. Varys, you know that there's two more in there.
Looks like there's 2 more in there.
All right, we'll have to bait them out as well. Keep that jaw open, Vaughn.
Van, you take another 3 damage.
All right, down to 50% health.
Just from rock grubs in your throat. This is definitely interesting.
Not even in combat yet.
And while you guys are all doing this, everyone roll me a 1d 10,000.
More rod grubs.
So I think I might be all caught up on wild magics now. There have been a lot. I'm gonna double check my maths really quick. So wild magic is 15. There's one more that's just for werewolf, but we'll have to do that. We can just do that for ourselves. We'll give it to someone else. Those natty ones, magic item. Okay, cool. I think we might be caught up. I'm not sure. And Knight donated another $50. Thank you. Oh, you donated $50 to the wrong thing before. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, I am caught up for sure on them. So let's roll them. It is a 7,139 for Caitlin. Are you guys ready for what madness is gonna happen?
I've already got a red dragon believing that I'm after it, so sure.
Madness.
I'm also
Actually,
very
this
good
makes
at killing
really a
party
lot of
member.
sense. You know your stone arm, Caitlin? The stone arm is now resistant to cuts and lacerations.
Ooh.
So write that down on your
Redundant.
write that down on your stone arm is also resistant to cuts and lacerations. That means slashing damage will be halved, so you have resistance to slashing damage on that arm. Let's go to Van, since you're close to 7,000. 7,523. Van, write that your presence causes children to cry.
Oh,
Whenever
God.
you are in the presence of kids, the children will cry, which is funny because one of the quests is to find children. And
I know what we're doing now.
Finding children.
1,443.
I feel like that one makes sense for Frank.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It does.
Sometimes, like, the rules are just too perfect. I'm always like, what? How? Baz. Okay, no, this is not Baz. This is Varys. Roll me 48.
Oh dear, are you gonna kill me?
No. Roll me 48.
Right there, 21.
It's me that dies.
For the next 21 days, you're gonna lose a tooth every night.
Ooh.
I think you only have like 45 teeth, right? Or how many adult teeth do you have?
Caitlin's half the
I don't
doctor,
know.
she should know.
I'm not that familiar with elven dentistry.
It's like 6 or 8 in each
It says
row.
normal doll has 32 teeth. Oh, see, I was close. I said 42. Oh my gosh, you're gonna lose like all your teeth.
Wow.
Over multiple days though, so today you're fine. Next time you return on the show, you're probably gonna be missing all your teeth. Oh.
All right, Varys, time to learn the banjo.
So write that down on your character
Also-
under your feats or features.
Frank, by saying I'm half a doctor, do you mean a dentist is half a doctor?
Yes.
Yes. I think they're totally different things.
No, dentists are doctors.
If she was a dentist, she would
The
know
joke.
exactly how many teeth people have.
Exactly, that's why I said she should know.
Yeah,
I was
'cause
close. I remember learning that actually in class for some reason. I don't know why, but I also took healthcare administration, so maybe.
A doctor learns
somehow
to treat
seeped
like
in.
the whole body, but a dentist only, gets the mouth. So
Yeah.
We had one lecture on teeth.
It's okay.
Baz.
I'm a chef who's now a teacher. It makes sense.
Baz, I'm gonna paint the picture for you guys to bring us back in now that we've had the chaos of magic. You guys are like, Caitlin's looking down with his great blinding light into the mouth of Van, and Van's mouth is being held open while Caitlin's like holding his mouth open and holding him in a chokehold. And Van's looking up and closing his eyes because the light is so bright. And Varys and Baz are both looking down into Van's throat. And Varys is like, oh, there's definitely 2 more down there. And as he says that, Baz, you close your eyes and you just stand there and count to 1,000. That's what you have to do for the next, I don't know, 1,000 minutes? Or 1,000 seconds? Say it takes you 1,000 seconds to get through that. You're just like,
That's gonna be like 15 minutes if she's like,
yeah, for 15 minutes you're just like sitting there counting. So go ahead and start us off with what you're doing, and then you guys can RP while Baz is counting. But obviously stop once so that we don't have to. Go ahead, guys. You're muted, Baz.
Oh yeah, I was just pantomiming while they were talking. Or
You should start with it talking, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
I have to see you count to at least like 10.
So
How do we
there's
get them
2
out?
more of those worms in there. We're gonna have to get them out. And he kind of looks at his water skins, like looking into it. It's like, no idea
Yeah.
how they got in there.
Yeah, as you're looking in your water skin, you smell it, and it smells kind of funky, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna walk outside and like pour the rest of it out.
You like another one of them starts climbing out towards the meat.
If any more are coming out, I can't see anything, so you'll have to grab them.
there are more. Yes, and he just kind of starts to reach in, then. Cool.
Was it grabbed yet? Is it out?
4.
There's 4 of
I'm
them.
walking back at this
5
point.
of them.
Yeah, you
Oh my
walk in at
God.
this point.
Over the other?
I just look at Baz while I'm like leaning in to like grab
Yeah,
it.
you can grab it. You're probably freaking Kaylin and Van out because he thinks that there's like 10 now because you're continuing to count. Like, it's just like the perfect thing to be happening at the time you're looking.
Pummeled. Van.
I'm just gonna like
saying the number every time he says a number. 9, 10.
calm down, little friend. There's only one left in there now.
Yeah.
And I like slice this one with one of my short swords.
I'm gonna roll. Yeah, I'm gonna roll one more d20.
I'm sorry, Frank.
It doesn't bite him as it tries to latch on, but as it does, and it's not able to get the meat that it wants. It looks over and it smells, and you see like this little worm that looks like it's rotting. It comes climbing out of his mouth and onto his tongue, and goes to bite down on this meat again.
I get rid of that last one as well.
Yeah, you pick it up, you slice it, no problem.
Are we good? That's all of them. All right, I release them from the chokehold, and I eat what's left of my meat.
Yeah, you release him, Van. You're released. You can close your mouth now. Caitlin's eyes are you turning off your bright light?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, you turn off. His eyes go back to normal, and he just puts meat in his mouth and eats it.
Ah, tree frog.
I like get on my knee and is like, sorry, little guy. I don't know how they got in there, but I guess stranger things have happened here. As he looks at the stone arm.
34.
Vance just turns to Varys and just looks up. Kind of, he's probably on all fours, still like coughing a bit, catching his breath. Hi, well, we had a mage here. I think he was the one causing it. Baz knows him, but
okay, well, the mage isn't here right now, so that's interesting.
Varys, you feel something like in your pocket. They're tranquil darts. You have 2 tranquil darts in your pocket.
Ooh.
So you can write that down that you have 2 tranquil darts. So it'd be like a dex. You can throw them to tranquilize somebody.
Cool.
So as you normally shoot a bow or something like that, you shoot, instead of shooting a bow, you would shoot the tranquil dart in its place.
So it uses like the
And
same
that-
roll as like a longbow would.
And that is courtesy of Juan Jockey, who says, for the trank darts, he's used them for good.
Thank you. I will do my best. Right. So now we've got one person that's half of stone. One of them that's decided that they really like to start counting numbers.
He's still going.
And a halfling.
He's probably at like 100 now.
We've got a halfling in his knickers.
Halfling in his knickers.
all right. So,
Fantastic.
is there or is there not a T-Rex? Big teeth, chasing, very large.
None of you have
I'm
seen
good.
a T-Rex recently. I don't even know if any of you have seen a T-Rex before. Roll me natures, everybody.
I don't think so.
They're all
And if you have a
animals.
natty
think
one,
T-Rexes are
if you have a
like
natty
a
one, you need
common
to use
enough
that
thing.
first. Caitlin, roll me a nature.
Can I do animal handling instead?
Animal handling would be more of. Sure, you can roll me animal handling. You can. I'll allow it.
Oh, what, really? I should
Well,
have
it was a
asked.
worse roll for him. Varys, you have heard of a T-Rex before. That's why, like, you're like, have any of you guys seen a T-Rex? But you haven't personally ever seen one. It would probably actually be very exciting for you. Like, you would love to see a T-Rex. That would be fun. But you have never seen one. You've heard about them. You've seen photos, like, not photos, but pictures of them drawn in, like, books that you've read. They are so cool. They cause lots of damage, but if you could tame one, that would be so cool. Baz, you are like counting, you're at like 100 and you're like, T-Rex? I don't know, T-Rex is 100, I lost my count. You actually lose your count and it takes you like a couple more minutes and then you get back to where you were again. Caitlin, you're just like, what is a T-Rex? Like, you have no clue what a T-Rex is.
Can I get a lookup for a T-Rex?
Nothing happens.
Anyone out there? T-Rex?
You do that a little bit, and then you realize that your comms are in the stones. You have to use the
Oh,
stones
yeah.
if you want to use the comms.
Oh, yeah. All right. T-Rex.
You hold the stone up to your ear
T-Rex.
and you say T-Rex. And Varys, the rock runs over to you and says, T-Rex? You seen a T-Rex?
Does it actually smack into me, or does it just like hover there?
It hovers. It doesn't smack into you.
Oh, good. I just look at it after like it's done. It's like, it's a very polite rock you have. I haven't seen a T-Rex around. If I had, I wouldn't be here right now.
All
I'd
right,
be
good
out
to
there
know.
hunting it.
All right, keep me updated on the T-Rex status.
And you hear that repeated again from a rock.
I just like take the rock out of the air. I like make sure to lean in like his vision, and I just like, you don't need to use a rock.
I'm just looking around for a T-Rex. I have no idea what one looks like, but
I think Vance is like pulling both the hand axes from his hip, and he nods towards the crazy half stone person and starts going towards her. All right, you heard them. Let's go check on the T-Rex situation. Like starts walking towards.
So are you
the
guys
door.
gonna walk out of the inn to look for a T-Rex? Okay.
Vance is.
Yeah, Vance says that to you, Caitlin, and then walks out of the inn. Do you follow?
are we okay? So our mission: are we gonna track the T-Rex, or are we gonna pick the flowers? Let's choose right now.
You hear the rock say this again to you, Varys.
I think we should have a look out for those children. They don't survive well on their own. Especially with all the weird things that are happening around here. It's probably good to bring them back to their parents.
All right, okay. We'll check on the T-Rex later, if that's all right with you, Van. And for now, we'll find the kids, track them down, bring them home,
Yes.
bring our kids home.
Preferably before this T-Rex of yours gets to them.
All right, do we have any leads? Are we all in this together? I need to know that you guys will have my back.
You can count on him over there. He's doing a lot of counting, in fact.
You're on 967.
Almost done.
Almost done. Yeah, he's continuing to count as you say that, and he points over at him towards you, and then looks back at you, Caitlin.
All right. So, do we have a mission leader or someone that we have to go to first to talk to about the kids?
I walk up to the board and like look at the specific help postings. So like
There-
information listed there, or a
There
person.
are like 14. Is there one that you want to grab specifically?
No, I don't know any of these children, so I just picked the first ones. Like this one looks like
Roll me a
there's some
1d14,
information.
and I will scroll down the NPCs to see which NPC's child it is.
That's 7.
Okay, 7. E. Whose kid is it?
What did you use your natural one on?
Oh
Trying
my
to squeeze past you in the
gosh.
door.
Oh, right, yeah.
It is actually landed on Larry Shoe Polish. That is very fitting. So for those of you who don't know, the previous party went to figure out what was happening to Mr. and Mrs. Shoe Polish's cows. And there were some other things that happened during that. You'll have to go tune in and watch it if you want to check it out. It's pretty madness. Oh, everything comes full circle. I love RNG. Yeah, so you take this letter. It basically says, there's actually a painting with this one. That's probably what drew you towards it, because a lot of them don't have paintings. So you're like, I don't know what the kid looks like. But Larry, Mr. and Mrs. Shoe Polish are actually they have a nice farm. They're well known in the town. You wouldn't know that, but that is why that it has that. So you have a little photo or painting of 2 kids and 2 parents. You take this photo, and on it is and there's also a little letter that was pinned with it, and it says, "We're looking for our children. They went missing the evening of the fall season in on day 27 of the full moon. We have not seen them since. Any information of their whereabouts is greatly appreciated, and we will offer whatever we can. And there's an address, and there is a signature of Mr. and Mrs. Shoe Polish.
So, the thing with the cows, was it that they were chickens or they were being mistreated?
No, there's nothing wrong with the cows, other than they were disappeared. They were gone.
Okay. Why were there chickens in that episode then?
There were no chickens.
Oh, okay. So you mentioned chickens. Okay.
There have been 0 chickens.
All right.
There have been cows and there have been sheep, but all of them, just their carcasses are left.
Ooh, a sheep.
Yeah,
Right,
there
I
were sheep,
guess-
but that was at Major Look's house.
I guess we should go to their parents' house and see if there's anything we could use to help track down their kids.
Also, a shout out to Laser Ghost for creating Larry Shoe Polish. He's gotten a lot of showtime. All of the NPCs in this world have also been created. All the named NPCs, that is, have been created by donations to St Jude as well.
I would like to make a perception check.
Yeah, roll me a perception. What are you trying to perceive first?
The T-Rex.
Yes, so you walk outside and yeah, roll me a perception check.
Got a 10.
It's dark outside. Do you have anything that affects you in the dark outside? Because I know a lot of people do.
I think I have dark vision. Let me check.
Okay. You don't see anything with a 10. Yet. Dot, dot, dot.
Just because I don't see it doesn't mean it's not there.
By the way, Night, if you're still here, your thing's coming up soon. So stay tuned. Yeah, you don't see anything quite yet. Yeah, it's just dark. What are the rest of you guys doing? Van
We
just ran
still
outside.
Make things like, can I walk over to the parents' home now? I know they might be asleep, but I feel like this would be a pressing matter. Because we have to bring our kids home.
Are you
I give you your
asking?
sending stone back, by the way. Just like, try not to use it when we're in the same room, maybe.
He hands you back your sending stone and says that to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm just, I'm always on my comms. It's very important. Can anyone here, make out anything outside so that we can make it to their house?
Are you saying this on your little rock stone?
I guess I just say it out loud.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
you're all inside, unless you want to walk outside. The only person who's outside is Vand right now.
Yeah, I start walking
Looking
outside.
Okay.
yeah, I make my way outside as well.
Yeah, if I'm done counting, I do
Yeah,
too.
you're done counting now. You actually end at 1,000 and everyone's out the door as you end.
Actually, as soon as I almost set a foot out the door, I walk back inside the tavern and I ask the innkeeper or a barmaid, where do I find this person's house?
Oh, that's a good idea. Band, by the way, you also are going to get a inspiration, and this is from Wand Jockey, and Wand Jockey's message to you is, go get it, Van, save it for a fight. And what inspiration does, it allows you advantage on a roll, and you can also give it to somebody else if you see fit. And Varys, you walk up to just one of the barmaids or the barkeep, or which one?
Yeah, just the nearest person to me, basically.
Which would be the barmaid who is giving you guys water. She's standing there. She grabs the water that she had originally handed over to Vand. Oh, you should take care of him. What did you say? Sorry. She puts it back under.
Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on the halfling. But we were looking for the parents of this kid, and I show her the poster.
Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Shoe Polish. They're a lovely family. Sorry, what did you ask again? She seems really out of it and kind of very sad.
I would like to find their house, please, so we can have a little word with them.
Oh, their address is here. It was on the letter that you had. Note.
Oh, how do I get to there? Because I'm not familiar with the town. Sorry.
Oh, well, take the North Road and then take that for about 1.5 miles and then take a right. And can't miss it. It's a big farm.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You can find their
that
kids. Maybe it'll give information on other kids in the town. She looks really sad.
We'll try our best. And I make my way out.
Yeah, and as you turn, you actually can see like a tear roll down her eyes.
Aww.
There's a reason why she's crying. It's for a different reason though. And yeah, you walk out. And as you guys all are outside, roll me initiative.
It's the T-Rex.
Yeah, is it that T-Rex?
Yay!
Did you say yay to your 4?
I can be sarcastic. But it's actually not a bad thing, really.
Yeah, it's not always a bad thing. I think it depends on who you are. I feel like the tank, it always sucks when the tank has that problem.
I've got a thing that if someone's injured, I can do more damage to them, so, you know.
Tech Priest, who is him that you're referring to?
Oh dear.
And 15, so Vand has a 15, and oh yeah, now there's 2V people. Vand, and then we've got a 12 for Baz, a 11 for Caitlin, and last but not least is a 4 for Varys. And that is for Vand. Okay, good to know. Thank you, Tech Priest. Vand. What can I give you? Got a magic item for you from Tech Priest.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it is nice. And I think I just want to give you this because it's ridiculous. I don't know if it's specifically going to be helpful with this fight, but it will be fun for you to play around with. You get a rod of useful items. And I will show that to all players, but that is for you, Vand. So go ahead and look at that. You can add it to your inventory, but you have that. Now, I get to roll, and guess what is coming your way? It's making a loud noise. Frickin' T-Rex.
I just shout out, I think I found your T-Rex!
Yeah, Avengers just gonna run back inside. I'm just telling you guys that now.
A glass of water somewhere.
He's at 11 HP from rock grubs. I don't think he can take this.
I'm sorry about that.
So first up is Vand. Vand, you see it! The T-Rex! You knew it was a real thing. You weren't losing your mind. It's a thing that actually is happening. And this is thank you to Knight. Thank you for the donation of $50 towards a threat, Knight. You only really had to spend 30, but appreciate the extra 20. So I made the T-Rex come to life because I thought that would be funny.
It is.